Hello, dear male, female, and transgender disc golfers around the globe. Frolf proudly presents the final round MPO of the 34th German Championship in Neuss, which is near Düsseldorf. With me on the mic is a man you might have heard of. Hello, Mr. David Lizotte.
Hello, John. It's great to be back.
Thank you. Let's start with the players.
All right, we have Benedikt Heiß from Berlin with a rating of 994. And right now he's in the lead with a minus 19. Belongs to the Bavarian Skyhawks. And then we have Dominik Stampfer at minus 16, second spot right now from the WSCA Sönstetten. He's from Heidenheim and the 2014 German champion. Also tied at minus 16 is Fabian Kaune from Lizotte, belongs to the Eulennest Peine Disc Golf Club. He's got a rating of 973, is playing quite well to be in the lead card today. And then we have one of Germany's tallest disc golf players, Torsten Baus, otherwise known as Kette, which is German for chains. So what a great name, Chains Baus. Minus 15 in third spot, fourth spot, whatever, however you want to see it. Let's go.
Yeah, hole number one, 95 meters straight ahead, straight shot necessary. This basket is surrounded by a U-shaped hedge. Is that correct?
That sounds perfect.
And if you're on the wrong side of the hedge, you might be in trouble.
So the weather looks great.
Yeah, it is.
And the sun is shining a bit, and we're ready to go. The players are... the weather changed.
Unfortunately, the day of the drone flights were a little better than this. It was heavy rain, it was strong winds, and temperatures in the single digits, centigrade, which is in Fahrenheit still very cold. I can promise you that. Bene started, and as you can see, Dominik, or Dom as we call him, is very concentrated in keeping his disc warm or dry.
I see he's having a hard time seeing, just stepping up.
Yeah, and he's the one without the glasses.
Yeah. Anyways, he pops it. He's a little upset at that. It was maybe a little bit low, which is gonna happen. Throwing too low, especially when there's wind like that, it's better than too high. Now that looks like the throw all the players were looking for, and yes, skips a little far. But he's on the green and hasn't gone into the hedge, so he'll be having probably a straddle putt to get out.
Yeah, in the circle. I like the way
the U-shaped hedge.
Yeah.
In the U-shaped hedge.
In the U-shaped hedge. Yeah. Let's see what Torsten does, and or Kette, as you refer to him.
Yeah.
I like the way he's dressed. You can hardly see his face because he was, trying to keep himself warm.
So here's Bene. He's, like you said, he's gone off to the right, and he's got this huge 3-4 meter
U-shaped hedge.
U-shaped hedge, and looks as if it went through the hedge, but maybe from his view, there was actually a little bit of a hole that he was able to punch it through. Dominik tries to put one up, and it's not happening. It's not happening yet.
No.
First putt of the day, you don't want to go firing, especially with this kind of weather.
Yeah,
no need to fire it.
Bogey, and this was actually. We had a bit of a gallery at the first hole because the spectators could stand in the dry and watch them drive.
Birdie putt from Fabian.
Yes.
Nice one.
And
Benedikt has a nice solid 5-6 meter putt for par. Torsten's going to finish with his par, probably, and Dominik also. So the boys are going to... you can see the flag just going nuts there.
Yeah.
It's horrible weather. And, the boys are finishing up, and we'll stay in the dry studio here and watch them go to the next hole.
Which is hole number 2.
Soon. There it is.
68 meters long. It's an island hole. You can see it by the red flags. It's marked by the red flags. If you don't hit the island, you have to go to a drop zone, which is right on the right side.
Yep.
Still good weather.
The weather's still good.
Very
There's people
irritating.
skateboarding. And this played slightly over par. Oh, the weather's bad again. Yeah, it's going to happen. We don't need to say that every time. The weather was bad.
Yeah, it sucked.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fabian has now missed. The only person with the birdie on hole 1 has now missed the island. So already he's looking at a bogey probably, which is going to cancel out his birdie. And there's...
Well, Bene hit the island, but he's behind those bushes, and it will be difficult to see to even see the basket.
Yeah, it's an interesting island. Usually islands are basically pretty open, and the only difficulty...
Look at the disc; it was actually stopped by the wind.
Yes, great skip. Yeah, put the brakes on.
Outside, yeah. Sometimes the wind can be helpful. That was pretty wise.
To say that?
I would say so.
Sometimes the wind can be helpful.
Yeah. Well, at this point of our commentary, I apologize for any English mistakes, but this is not my mother language, but my Canadian co-commentator, he will do much better.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Although I think Fabian tried to give it a try, it was almost impossible with this wind.
It seemed to just die.
Yeah.
Somehow had no spin on the disc. Might have slipped out of his hands. And Dominik had to punch it over the... Yeah, he couldn't even see. It was hard to tell from this angle, but he obviously couldn't even see the basket. So and Bene just has to do a little forehand flick around.
All he can do is just lay it up. Same for Torsten.
Who's going for the trick.
Who is as tall as the bushes, as we just saw. Still almost impossible. Yeah, he saved the par.
And you can see the players also for relatively short. I mean, we're talking about like maybe 3, maybe 4 meters, which for the lead group at the German Championships is a short putt. And but they're still taking their time because the weather is howling, and it's not that easy. You still have to think about that putt. So here we have Bene and Dominik and Torsten getting a par, and Fabian gets a bogey, but through 2 holes they're all the same. So they've all played pars.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And Fabian has taken a ride on the roller coaster so far. Here's hole 3.
Hole 3, 106 meters long. Straight shot if there wouldn't be a hazard zone marked by the red flags in between. So the best you can do is just hyzer around all those trees, and usually it's not a very difficult hole for those guys. Let's see how they deal with the weather conditions.
Yeah, 106 meters, 348 feet, which is
be a
very
problem.
reachable.
Yeah,
very
shouldn't
reachable.
be a problem for them, but heavy winds, heavy rain. But
Ben is
this looks
going
very good. He
pretty
goes
straight.
pretty straight, and parks it. Yeah. Very nice.
The hidden disc trick.
The hidden disc trick. Yeah.
District disc.
Yeah.
District tummy. Oh, you can see the wind just howling
Yeah,
away.
the whole
rain.
championship was very much affected by weather conditions. 2 out of 3 days we had pretty bad conditions. Only Saturday was kind of nice. And this actually led to the solution that next year's German championship, the 35th, will be held in Salzgitter, which is also in the north of Germany, but also in September, hopefully under better conditions, because this really was tough. Fabian, he can throw far.
And straight.
And also straight.
Nice little fade out at the end. Oh!
Yeah.
Nice run.
So we see 3 discs pretty much in the bullseye so far. Only Dom missed it. He's outside the circle, and well, I guess he lays up. What do you think?
Oh, probably.
I wouldn't go for it.
No.
Well,
That was always a little bit of an attempt, but
yeah, a little bit.
But a little bit of attempt usually ends up not. Boom. There's a birdie. Probably 1 birdie of 3. I'm going to assume these boys.
How does he focus? How does he focus? I mean, he doesn't have an umbrella. He wears glasses. I wear glasses, but I was always under an umbrella. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he was able to focus all the time. Dominik does not have that problem.
No. Oh, maybe Fabian was wiping his glasses with his towel the whole time.
Yeah. Well, he told me after the round he had used 6 towels and, listen to this, oh, nice birdie, and 2 rolls of toilet paper. Interesting.
Very interesting, because toilet paper is pretty useless in terms of like wiping rainwater away.
I was thinking the same thing. Anyway.
So, lots of birdies,
3 birdies.
1 par.
Yeah. Hole number 4. It's 93 meters long, and as you can see, the lamppost ahead, which is a mendo, you have to stay on the left side. You throw a sidearm as a righty, or a hyzer if you're a lefty, and try to avoid the OB zone on the left side. And the racetrack, we will come to this at a later point, on the right side, it's a racetrack, a horse racetrack, is always OB.
I was going to say, we never even mentioned that this is actually inside a racetrack, this entire course.
The only course I have ever seen, which is inside a huge horse racetrack, but I haven't seen any horses.
And this is where a sidearm comes in very handy. And that was Bena, and he just missed the path. He would have gotten a much better skip off the path. So he's quite short.
Look at this guy, totally covered in raincoats and hats. Oh, this needs to stay. Whoa, he found the little thing inside the OB zone, which is not OB. I don't know why they did it that way. Maybe he designed it himself.
That's very possible. I think he went out the night before and stuck those flags.
Yeah.
Just so that he could play safe to that little area.
Fabian is a very good sidearm thrower, but I don't know if it slipped through his fingers.
Yeah, he looks as if he's short.
He's in a very difficult position. Yeah. Keep the disc warm and dry, Dom.
You can just see him squinting and squirming at the weather.
Yeah. And look at this.
Almost gets blown backwards.
Well, remember at hole 3, the wind saved him, and this time the wind pretty much stopped him. Well, Fabi needs to go around the lamppost. I think he solved that problem. Now, Torsten faces the problem that the OB zone, the racetrack, is just behind the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, all they can do is
basically lay up this OB 2-3 meters.
There won't be anybody. Oh, this was close.
Bena actually hits the chain, so he was going for it.
But he almost went into the OB zone.
But he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He had the best drive, and he was going for the birdie because he still has the lead. But in this kind of a weather, anything can happen, and it's hard to keep things going. So this
is
par.
actually the third hardest hole on the course. Under this weather conditions, it's even harder. Maybe we should stop talking about those weather conditions. It's depressing.
No, let's not. Let's mention it every hole.
It's fun because we
Let's
sit in
mention
the
it every hole.
we sit
Hey,
in the
it's
warm studio.
still raining.
Yeah. So this is 4 pars, and this is followed up by hole number 5, the longest hole on the course, a par 5, 229 meters long. You have to throw through a double mendo, followed by another mendo. You can see in the back the little red, the little yellow arrow, and you have to stay on the right. So there's 2 drop zones. 1 hole, 2 drop zones.
Wow. I see the average is 4.8, which means most players played under par.
Yeah, that's probably because it's a very difficult par 4. Oh, he misses the first
That slipped
mendo
out of
tree.
his hand. You could see that right
No.
away. That just came out early. And he's going to the drop zone.
Yeah.
The first drop zone.
It'd be a very difficult par 4, but it's kind of a
It be?
easy par 5. Well, you could play it very safe, throw a putter 50 meters straight through the mendo trees.
Sweet throw from
You don't have to go that far, but this was great.
the Baus.
Yeah, chains.
Change the Baus. I like.
Chains the Baus.
I'll pass that by
the way,
him next time I see him.
He is the greatest player in Germany. He's like Jeremy Colling tall. He's like
Oh, you
super
mean
tall.
the greatest as in
Yeah.
tallest, not the best.
Yeah,
Like that's what the greatest
Like.
is. He's the tallest. Is he really the tallest?
the tallest. I couldn't think of anybody taller than him.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Doesn't this make him the greatest too? No? Anyhow.
He's the greatest
Let's
ketter.
see how Fabi solves this problem.
But this is Dominik.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he looks as if he has missed the Mando
Yeah.
to the right. Yeah. He's tried to use the wind to bring him in a bit, but that's just stayed too
didn't work
long.
out.
Yeah.
From the drop zone. Oh, a very unusual. He hit the basket.
Yeah. But that wasn't the problem.
No.
That basket being in the way of his throw was not the problem.
No.
It was the throw itself, which was
A complete problem.
another sort of slip out. The boys are having a hard time. It's raining, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy.
And they were all followed by a camera team.
Yeah, which we would like to mention also are out in the rain and the cold. I mean, I find sometimes people forget to remember the cameras that were also out there. And I mean, you got to remember, you got a camera, and it's you got to keep the camera dry, and you got to try and keep yourself dry, and
That's
and
true,
you're not really moving a lot.
It was tough. It was tough. But at least we had some company by other players who were supporting us with big umbrellas.
Like you see in the background here, right?
Yeah.
That's Alex, the Meister cameraman.
Yeah. Also the
Everything else.
post-production wizard. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
I love you too, Alex. Yeah. Hidden by the wrong basket. He needs to hyzer around the second mendo tree, and you could see the disc going up and down, but he solves that problem.
He's not too happy with it, but it could be worse. Dominik trying to recover a little
Look
bit.
How,
That got pushed over nicely.
yeah,
Okay,
look how
and
the
he's
disc
right
got
there. Yeah,
pushed back.
crazy. Now the wind worked for him. Maybe he had the wrong disc on the first on the first throw. And there's Fabian just
Well,
trying to
almost
put it
looked
up
like
there.
Fabian
Nice.
was giving it a try.
Yeah. But you could really see the effects
Yeah.
of the wind on that one. Just that little skip, you could see it should have skipped to the left, and it actually jumped up and ended up going to the right a little bit, which is quite
True.
incredible. Torsten also just throws it in to within 3-4 meters of the basket.
Yeah, well, Bene needs to park it, because this is already his fifth throw.
Yeah, and that was way short. So he's having
Yeah.
a tough hole. I mean, he's already on his 6th throw now.
It
and
wouldn't be a problem.
This is a par
under
5,
usual
so
conditions.
Come on.
Come on, save
Nice.
the bogey. Yeah,
Nice.
bogey save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think, oh my God, it's a bogey, but look how he reacts to his made putt.
Well,
he's
always very
happy.
friendly.
Yeah, look at that. Boom,
I've
boom.
never
Thank
seen
you.
him really angry or anything like this. He's a very relaxed guy.
Well-rounded, we would say.
Thank you.
That looked harder than it should have been, but it's in.
So there's Dom.
Trying to look for his
birdie-
disc.
birdie
There it
putts.
is.
Mm-hmm.
We will. Ooh,
Yeah.
a little bit high, but that's
he's
fine.
taking his time,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Although with a 2-meter putt, 3-meter putt, sometimes you overthink it. But it worked out, so all's good. That ends good.
Here we go. This is hole 6. Hole 6 is only 84 meters long. It's the second easiest hole on the course, and you would think easy peasy, but there's an OB zone marked by the red flags. Starts at 50 meters, ends at 70 meters, I would say. Yeah, you can see it in this beautiful picture. So, yeah, mid-range or putter for those guys.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be
have
a big of a deal.
No. In
But-
regular conditions.
In regular conditions, let's see how Torsten solves
you
this
could.
problem.
His
and
disc
he's
just
too
got
short.
killed right away.
Yes,
You
sir.
said.
He was too short. He has to go back to the first OB zone line. Is that what you call it? OB zone line?
Yes, that's one word, by the way. OB zone
Yeah,
line.
OB zone line. Yeah, much better by Fabi, who is, by the way, only one stroke behind the leader, Bene, which is fantastic.
True.
Yeah, very surprising. We have a little poker street.
We do.
19, 18, 17, 16.
Nice.
Yeah, a little overthrown by a guy called Dominik, who has a big arm.
Dominik has a big arm. He's a Discmania-sponsored player. Discmania is sort of known for big arm players.
Are they?
There's a few. There's an Eagle. There's a Simon.
So you have to have a big arm to become sponsored by this company.
Well, it
We
helps.
don't want to mention again.
Simon,
No. the
world
company.
record. Oh, the company Discmania. No.
Oh, shut up. Here we go. From the first OB zone line, he parked it pretty much, bullseye. Now Bene has to do the same thing. I was quite surprised to see Bene as the leader. Not on the lead card, but he was actually leading by 3 strokes. He is playing a few years. He's played 50 tournaments so far, but only won 3. So he wasn't my favorite. Whether Dominik is a very experienced guy with a lot of international experience, Fabi, he's a young gun. He's a rookie. I don't know.
An
he
upset
won the
rookie.
juniors last year. Yeah, an upset rookie since he missed the birdie. Fortunately, just a bogey for Bene.
Yeah, decent putt, but again a bogey. That's 2 in a row.
Only a par for Fabi.
No birdies going on here, right?
Yeah, which is a bit unusual.
Yeah.
And well,
Oh, he
Because
just
of the
putted with his
conditions.
left hand. Did you see that? I hadn't noticed that before. Only fades out.
yeah, another bogey for Torsten, for Kette.
Yeah. Well,
So let's move on to hole number 7, a very long hole, 170 meters long. On the left side is the race track, which is OB, as we have mentioned before. And on the right side, there is a lot of bushes and trees. So you want to stay in the middle.
easier
And
said than done.
Now we have another problem.
It looks like
No. Look like we have a...
Fabian
Frozen
Kaune
picture.
throws it into the ground, basically. Maybe gained 40, 50 meters. And
Yeah,
Dominik, there's a throw.
stays.
There's a throw.
Yeah, there was a relief rule. If you're in those bushes or hedges on the left side, you were allowed to get a relief.
Oh, nice.
Not relieve yourself.
No, just get relief. The tall trees on the right were for relieving yourself in private.
Thanks for explaining this.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
Yeah,
now,
that's what you don't want to do.
so
and,
did he
you
not
didn't
take
like
his
it.
relief? I don't quite understand that.
Well,
If you said he was allowed to have
was
relief,
like if you were like in the bushes,
in the bushes,
not
okay,
outside the
okay,
bushes.
okay.
And that's the position you don't wanna have. That's on the wrong side, and all you can do is like, we couldn't even film him because I was on the other side and I did not see what was happening on the other side of those bushes/trees. Ben is trying to any close to the basket.
He
It
was
did not
lucky that
work
was
out, yeah.
that was so low. That would have gone
Yeah, could have
flying out of
jumped.
bounds.
Yeah, I could have jumped onto the racetracks.
Torsten with his third throw has
yeah.
left himself short. And anything that's outside of 4 or 5 meters in this kind of weather is a challenge
It is.
for to putt. Your hands are cold. The disc is most probably wet, even though you've held it dry.
So this is Dom's second throw. And it
Best
lands
drive,
too short.
yeah.
It lands too short. Will be
How
a
often-
tough putt.
How often does that happen? Best drive,
Yeah.
worst approach.
I don't know.
I've seen that happen so many times. This
True.
golf is a strange sport.
So even Fabi can only
Yeah.
get a relief.
So the trick for this hole is stay on the fairway, obviously.
Yeah, stay on the
Yeah.
narrow fairway and well play a 4. It's a tough 4 though. It plays sixth most difficult hole on the course.
Oh, that was a good run for
It's not
birdie.
bad.
He'll have a drop in par now, which is okay.
Well, Dominik for birdie, he's one of the best putters I know, but heavy rain. So let's see. Usually that should be no big problem for him.
That's
But-
there's no way he could
Yeah.
make the putt after you said things like that. Usually
Did I
he's
spoil
good.
her? Did
you
I spoil her?
You did spoil it a little bit, yeah.
Okay, spoiler. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Usually he's good at these kind
Well,
of
that
putts.
was
Oh,
nice.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a nice putt from Torsten. Well done, lad. And you know, it's just a little thing like that. Well, that will bring your attitude back up. Great putt from Torsten, unfortunately
Yeah.
for bogey, but still a great putt. And great putts just bring your mood back up.
True.
And it's really hard in weather like this to keep your
So
mood
this
up.
is Dom's putt for par.
Putt for par, yeah, with
for
the best
par.
drive. No.
I have not seen this in a while, and I've seen him playing quite a few times.
What?
Can you believe it?
I
He
can't-
missed
I cannot
3
believe that,
putts.
yeah.
He missed
A
3
3
putts.
putt, yeah, it's horrible.
It felt like this was already a turnaround for him. Like
Yeah.
he was leaving the group of players who could actually win this tournament with a double bogey.
Yeah.
Because he's 3 throws behind. We have only, well, a few more holes. Hole number 8 in this case. 89 meters long with a gap on the right side. You have to throw into the gap with a sidearm or with an any, or if you're lefty with a hyzer. And if not, you might get stuck in the same bushes and trees we've seen before. It plays actually 5th easiest hole. And let's see how our lead card will solve the problem.
Just like that. Oh, he's not happy.
Yeah,
I think he's left it. Oh no, he didn't give enough juice, but it's in the fairway. It's right there.
It's in the fairway. He should be able to save the par.
No harm done.
Yeah, it's a little high, so the hyzer's too early. Gets stuck in the bushes. Hopefully, he will be able to get out of them.
I see there's little red flags by the entrance. That was nice of the of the course designers to sort of give you something to aim at, right?
It's a sign. It's not a tiny OB zone. That would be a super tiny OB zone. By the way, at this moment, after 7 holes played at the German Championship, Fabi and Bene are both 17 under, followed by Torsten only 1 stroke behind. Well, interesting. The young gun who had...
Oh, good run.
Yeah,
Good
who
run.
had told me that he was aiming for top 15.
Okay.
Is not just in the lead card, he's also in the lead. That was a nice putt for birdie.
Sweet, especially in the circumstances, right?
Maybe this was the comeback of Bene. Because I don't think that Fabi will be able to birdie. Is that also a spoiler? I assume that he won't be able to find a gap.
Well, no, that's not really. I mean, he's in the bushes there.
No. Well, looks like he tried.
He certainly
sort
did.
of. Come on.
Here's Dominik also for
miss.
birdie.
I can't stand another miss. He's such a good putter.
Nope.
I think he lost it completely at that point. Let's see if he'll return on the back 9. But we have another hole coming up on the front 9 of the 34th German Championships in Neuss. Hole number 9. When is it coming up?
Well, just wait. Let them finish putting.
I'm too fast. Oh,
jeez.
I'm sorry.
There we go. So 18, 17, 16, 14 minus.
Yeah, hole number 9, 94 meters long. You have to cross the racetrack, basically with a long hyzer to stay away from the racetrack, or a sidearm would work too. Let's see how the guys will solve the problem. By the way, I'm only announcing the lengths in meters. I'm pretty sure your English-speaking viewers will be able to exchange this into feet.
Well, the feet is written down, but I'm not sure if everybody can read. But let's assume,
we can also guess.
Let's assume,
so 94 meters, that's pretty much 2,500 feet.
Something like that. No, I'd like to know it in inches, actually, please. Which is times 12.
3 million.
Times 12. 309 times 12
3
is
million.
36,000.
On the players.
No, 36,000 inches.
All right. Here we go. That's what I was saying. You play a very wide hyzer to stay on the safe ground. Torsten played it a little too short. Fabi also prefers the hyzer route.
It looks blind. Nice
he
shot.
Gets closer. Oh my God.
Oh, I think he's okay.
Was close.
I think he's okay. It's a blind shot, right? They can't see the basket, right?
Well, Torsten can.
Torsten can see
too.
Torsten can see the curve of the earth.
That's true. I wonder if he's taller than Jeremy McColling.
I don't know. I know I've met Jeremy Colling once, and he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So here's Bene. Looks as if he's laying up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No point on forcing the issue here.
Not at this point of the game, when he's only 1 stroke ahead.
But is it possible that it's raining less? It looks less foggy, less windy.
Yeah, well, no, not really. Look, I think it looks like the flag has given up. It's already like it shrunk. Come on.
No,
He is like the unluckiest putting guy on the front nine. It was really
great shot from Fabian.
Yeah,
that's the only birdie
of Fabi. So we have two players in the lead on the front nine, and before we will continue with the back nine
shortly.
Shortly. I hope you guys stay with us. Because it's gonna be exciting and cold and wet.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsor, Fronatur. And here we are, two guys in the lead. It will be a close game. Please stay with us. See you soon, back nine.
Bis gleich. That's see you soon in German.
Is it?